oh wait, I go too far, but I have to click there. Oh wait, I go back. And okay, that's a little bit exaggerated. But what I want to show you is that, and I don't have it perfectly myself, as you can see. I'm aiming at the 4, right? I'm aiming at the 4, and it's pretty hard to aim. But what you have to do is make sure that your mouse is set correct. And why is that? Um, if you're gonna play a game like this, it's a grinding game. You're gonna play it for a long time. If you want to be competitive in PvP, every click has to be where you want it to be. And if your mouse goes, if I want to click on Wonderman now, and my mouse goes all the way there, and I have to correct myself, it starts to hurt your arm. And I see it so many times in streams, other streams, or sometimes I see it on Tester. I think it's so important to set your mouse pointer straight. And one of the ways to do that is to just, for example, like I just did, try to move around here, click around, and then move your mouse pointer there, right? Click around and move it there. And it must be somewhere near every time as close as that. And if it's too fast, you just lower your mouse. You lower your mouse. I have a Razer mouse, which is pretty good. I got it for a pretty long time. And what you could do there is you could set the speed on your x-axis and your y-axis even. So that means that you could set them separate. And what I also would suggest is turn off the acceleration, because acceleration is can really make you overshoot. That's and you just want every time. As you see, I overshoot myself as well. I'm not perfect, as you can see, but it's so important to, if you want to pick that up, just pick that up and make it as best as you can, right? The other thing I want to talk quickly about is the buttons down here, the key bindings. What I see a lot of people have is I have, as you can see, my left hand, it's now put on the S, so I just teleport, and other people have FGH as their other moves. And skipped out on a date for this. What you have to do, you constantly have to move your left hand, right? Where it's so much easier if you look at your hand. If you're on your S, you could press your Q, your W, your E so easily. You could press your 1, 2, 3 buttons without moving your hand so much. And so just put them. Just go to your options, escape options, go to key bindings, and just make sure that these key bindings are where you want them to be. And I'm going to stop there, but I know it's so basic, but I know that a lot of people don't realize that, or don't really consider it. And it takes you like 5 minutes to set up, and it will give you a lot of quality of life. And people think, well, that's way too basic, Malesurs. Why are you even saying that? Well, I've seen it in a lot of videos, and I've seen it in I know players that don't even play with a mouse or just on a laptop. I remember a cool story, which was from another game, World of Warcraft, where someone just we were trying to get into Cataclysm, which is pretty hard rating at the time. And we had a new guild together, and we were just talking like, okay, no, you should just click there. And he was like, I cannot use my mouse. And we're like, well, I cannot use your mouse. There was actually someone sitting behind a laptop without a mouse and just using the using the what is it, the pad that's on the laptop. Well, you need a good mouse. You need to be set well, and it will save you. It takes you 5 minutes, but if it's set correctly, it's gonna yeah, it's really important. So that's it. I'm gonna stop there. Next time in the newbie corner, I'm going to talk a lot about this game, action RPG, what it means, and also if you want to win a boost, send me a message, an email preferably with Malesuronline@live.nl, and send in the subject newbie corner, or madness newbie corner, or you suck, you're a noob yourself, Malesur corner. I don't care. It's all cool. And send me a question, and if that question gets handled the same as the King's question about the retcons now, you are I'm gonna send you a code with which you can then hand in, and you can get a free boost. Right? Who doesn't want a free boost? So the King, I'm gonna send you one after the show. So that's it. That was a newbie corner. The next thing that I want to do every week is, as you remember, I've done the interviews with Harry Tasker, with a lot of people from the community that are either white testers or just really well involved into the community. They know a lot about these characters. I mean, personally, I would say that I'm.
This is why the bad guys always get the jump on us.
They keep talking game, but I'm just like an above average guy, right? I'm just above average because I play a lot, but I don't really know the in-depth. I don't really know the very in-depth of every character. So that's why these people come in. I hope I can get them live on show. That's going to be better. And otherwise, it's going to be some pre-recordings that I'm going to do. So if you know anyone of that, again, contact me. I have already a list of people that I want to invite for interviews again. But if you bring something special to the community, if you think someone should, someone's making a lot of builds, someone is doing a really good job on PvP, let me know, and I'll try to get them in the show, and they're gonna educate you on how to play certain characters. All right, so that's also gonna happen next week. And what I want to do mostly in those interviews is, put a focus on one hero. For example, now I could have done a focus on Nightcrawler, go through his skills and abilities, talk about what are good builds, what itemization are you going for, just stuff like that. I also want to go into PvP as soon as this game goes on, it goes out of beta. We're gonna talk a lot about that. As again, I'm doing this every week, so there's a lot of cool stuff that I could do. Then there's something else that I thought of as well, and that is the origin stories. And we all know the origin stories of the heroes. I'm not going to go into that. You can just Google that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys to do an origin story about your nickname. Because if I can see in the chat, there is an Ermythic, there is a Nenad, there is Alkalidum, there is Fisting Rage, which I'm not sure if I should announce that. But what I would like to do is get your stories, right? Why are you called Rileys? Why is this guy called Rileys? Why is Dubele, or why is it Demile? Why am I Malesurs, right? Those things are actually pretty cool stories. So why are you called? Why do you use your nickname? And I'm gonna call it Origin Stories or Origin Stuff, I guess. I'm not sure yet. Something I want to do. Because there's always a story behind it, and sometimes it's just like, sometimes it's just like, well, I just looked at my desk and I saw a tape, and I saw something else, and I made the name out of that. But people have been using their nicknames. People have been using their nicknames for years, right, online. So I want to hear the backstories of that. I always think that's really cool. So that said, I'm gonna have to start out with Malesurs. Why am I called Malesurs? Well, I've been called many names. I've called myself Totally Sinned, Carnage, which was based on the Marvel Carnage, mind you, which is also a bloodbath, which is really cool, right? I mean, and that was during my StarCraft time. I've been calling myself Toad as well, and that goes also way big, but I'm not gonna talk about that. I want to talk about Malesurs. And when I was starting this stream, I've been using this nickname before. I was just thinking, what would I need? It's a nickname from comics, pretty much related to this game, right? So and it is from a comic, and it's not so well known. It's a mini-series of like 10 episodes. I collected them all back in the days. I think it was released around the year 2000, 2001, 2002, I think. And there was a villain in there, and the villain was called Malesurs. And I would suggest everyone that doesn't know the comic was named Tellos, Tellos, to take a look at it if you can find it, because I think it was a great miniseries with a great twitch at the end, right? Not gonna spoil it, obviously, but the villain there was pretty badass, and he was called Malesurs. And how do you pronounce that name? That's also pretty funny, I think, is that because it's been asked in an interview to the writers, and they said, how do you pronounce that? And they said, well, you could go with anything, actually. We haven't really thought of that as well. And they would say, like, Malesurs is cool, or Malesurs, or Malesurs. They didn't really know it themselves. It was pretty funny. So you could call me whatever you want. You could call me Mel, you could call me Malesurs, you could call me stupid noob, shut up. You could call me anything. But I mostly listen to Mel or Malesurs or stuff like that. So that's my own short origin story. And now Ninat says in chat, he is that Ninat is actually his real name. So it's not really a nickname. It's funny. So if you got your own story, if you want to tell me a cool story why you got your nickname, send it, email it to me, or be here next week and tell me all about it. And I think it's cool to know why you call yourself that, right? So I think we're pretty far in. We're already 45 minutes in, and I am going to look at Banana Man because we are doing the Avengers Assemble event. So I think as far as we go, we still need a level 60 Thor, and I'm going to change back to Spidey. I'm going to put him on super heroic.
Good. I was getting bored. I knew they couldn't do this without me.
So, guys, I'm gonna give every episode a theme. I try to give it, and then this theme is Avengers Assemble. And we're still looking for a Thor level 60. And let me see if we can make that work. And I got a special guest for that. And I think he's knocking on the door right now. So I'm gonna open it. I will be right back. Hello, I am Peter Parker and the symbiont took over, right? Alright, no, it's still me. It's still me. But I got this suit for, it's not ready yet. I still need to do the white eyes. They will get on there. And I just thought I would put it together for this, right? So the problem is I cannot see through it. So I'm gonna put it like this. I cannot see the chat. I didn't think it through, guys. I'm really sorry. But yep. Why? Why? Last time I was totally green, and I used some paint, and the next day I had a dinner with the grandparents of my girlfriend. And I went there this morning, and I could not get the green out of my neck. It didn't come off perfectly. So that was just why I don't know. But I'm gonna make this into the real symbiote costume, and I hope to show it to you next week. So, all right. I think that pretty much closes this show. There we go. I wish I could keep it on, but then I can actually see nothing. So I'm going to my email address is malesuronline@live.nl. So also I still have some other things lined up. I'm not going to do it this week, but you could vote. I'm gonna make it on the forum so that you could put a vote, or you could put an ID there, and if a lot of people like that ID to put in the show, you get you can vote. If more people like that, it's going to go into the show, right? Because for now there is not so much I mean, every time new content arrives, we could do that, right? I mean, I want to talk about PvP. I want to have a PvP item in this hour, and of course, the interview is gonna be in the hour. So, all right. I think we still need a Hulk or a Thor. Is it so hard to find these guys nowadays? Let's